What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Collider Interview Studio at TIFF 2025 at the Campari Cinema Center. Get to sit next to one of my favorites right now.
You're my fave
Naomi
too.
Scott.
I would literally, when I saw your name, I was like, yes, my girl, my girl.
I was telling you this before. It's just pretty wild that last we spoke was for Smile 2, and now we're talking about Eternal Return, which couldn't be so different, so different. Also, I carry Smile 2 everywhere I go because I still listen to that music nonstop.
Do you? I love that.
Over and over and over. Thank you for that.
No, thanks for listening.
Clearly, I know about Eternal Return, but so our audience can get an understanding of how different it is from Smile 2, I must ask you to do the synopsis honors.
Eternal Return is the opposite of Smile 2. Eternal Return is a whimsical romance that deals with love and loss and rediscovering oneself, all through the lens of a slightly stylized, whimsical London. I used whimsical twice, but it is one of the main words to describe this movie.
It's an appropriate word to use twice. I can't wait to start digging into the tone. It's fascinating how you all pull this off. But the first question I have to ask is about signing on for the movie. When this material comes your way, what is it about it that makes you say to yourself, I have something to gain from this as an actor who always is evolving my craft?
It's funny because it was a very, very long time ago. And, you know, it's... I can't remember when I read this. Must have been 5 years ago. It was a very long time ago. And I just remember being really touched by the script. I just remember having quite an emotional reaction to it. And I think anyone who, you know, has gone through loss or and loved someone deeply, and or even just the idea of letting go of different versions of our lives, that you know, visions of our lives that we had for ourselves, which is also just part and parcel of growing up. And I just really appreciated the tone that Yaniv was going for, and and I was really excited to be a part of it.
Looking at the roadmap of it all, was it a situation where Smile 2 came after, where you made such a whimsical movie that you're like, damn, I gotta put myself through the exact opposite now?
You know what? I found out I got Smile the wrap of Eternal Return. So I'd already shot Eternal Return, found out and I had like a few weeks in between. So that's bloody Whiplash for you. It was giving, like, you know, I've just come off, and Eternal Return had its you know, it's challenges, and I learned the harp for this movie, and like
I was wondering, because I knew you were musical, obviously, but I always look for the seams with stuff like that, and you look like you know what you're doing there.
Well, I mean, let's be clear, I'm no harp extraordinaire, but I learned how to play specifically that song and be able to play a version of it and sing. And I also wanted to sing at the same time, but because I think my brain is probably able to do that because I can do that on the piano, but it is a different muscle memory. And as soon as, you know, we knew we were going to shoot the movie, because it was something that had been, you know, there, but we had this window and this opportunity to make it, especially at a time where not many movies were getting made during the writer's strike, and us being a fully British cast, it allowed us to make the movie, which was also a real blessing. But it was kind of like, go, go, go. And then I was like, right, harp. Who's teaching me how to learn the harp? And that was really good, because I think it was very quickly my way into, you know, the character and cast. So.
Is it one of those situations where you learn it so quickly and now poof, gone, you can't do it anymore?
That's a great question. And I'm so intrigued. I want to know, because I have not touched a harp since, because I went to bloody go and do Smile 2. So I was like, the harp was way in the, you know, rear view mirror at that point.
For fun, because I ask this every once in a while, if you had the opportunity to learn a new skill for a different role, what skill would you choose and why?
I think it would be another musical instrument. It would be like I want to be like Miles Teller in you know.
Ooh. Whiplash.
Thank you. I'm not me like in the drummer movie. I want to be, like that would be dope.
Oh, I love that.
But obviously, you know, you can't fake. That would take years to get that good at the drums, obviously. But like something, I think it would be a musical instrument, because I would feel as though there is a base level that I could then build upon just because of like having some sort of musicality. Yeah, maybe.
Drums fascinate me because I can't do, this is probably why I couldn't play guitar either. I like can't do two different things with my, I can't keep two beats with different hands.
Well, it's one of those things.
Did that make any sense as I said that?
Girl, I know exactly what you mean. Yes, it's like syncopating your, but it's something that it's one of those things that you have to practice. Yeah, I know your brain's like
patting your head and rubbing your belly.
No, that's exactly what it is.
I can't do that. My hands do the same thing.
You just have to. It's basically it just happens. You have to keep practicing, and then you finally get there, and it's like it's a thing, but it's it just takes time and it takes practice.
I'm glad it's a thing.
We're gonna get you there, babes.
And it's not just a me problem.
No, not at all.
There's some of those.
But in terms of another skill, I'm trying to think actually now that like if I could do any. Oh, listen, cooking. Learning like, I can cook, but it would be cool to kind of be with someone who's, an amazing chef and get some insight. That'd be vibes.
Now I'm thinking of all my favorite chef movies.
Yeah, I know. What is
Ariana DeBose did a great one last year that didn't get enough love called House of Spoils. It's a horror movie.
Oh, okay.
It's great.
I'm not aware
it's
of this.
great. It's on Prime Video.
There was also Boiling Point. That movie was great. Some fantastic performances in that, and it's a British movie. Yeah, it's a good one.
Looks
like
that.
All one take. I think you'll be into it.
All in one take.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I want to see that. I always
it.
call this the manifestation space. So the next time you're here, we will be talking about your chef movie.
Yeah, literally, I'll be here
Back to the reason you are here, Eternal Return. I am really curious to ask you this question because, I teased it a little bit at the beginning. I'm fascinated by the tone of this movie, and I'm so curious, when this script first came your way, what would you say is the biggest difference between how you pictured the movie turning out then and what it became in the end?
Always Perry with the good questions, man, innit?
You deserve only the best.
Babes. That's a really good question. One that I don't usually kind of think of until you say that, because you're right. You that is the thing. You read a script and you start to visualize something. Obviously, there was with Yaniv, his previous work, his movie, Dr. Bird's Advice for oh gosh, it's a long title.
I remember it being a long title. I was so glad you didn't ask me what it was.
It's something about birds and poets, guys. but there was, it definitely alluded to some tone that was obviously his sensibility as a filmmaker. So I think that was obviously something that I could connect the two. But no, definitely, it probably is different to how I maybe first imagined it in terms of how stylized versus how not stylized versus like what is the tone. And I think that's probably like a constant conversation. I'm sure that evolved for him as well. And it probably is different. Yeah.
I think that's so exciting. I know you want a clear vision and a firm handle from day one, but like the greatest thing in the world is when something like that evolves.
Totally, especially when it comes to things that are stylized, and especially like an independent movie where you have only a certain amount of resources, and you kind of you have to pick the things that you want to go for, or it's a tricky line to tread. Tricky line to tread.
Tricky line to tread to walk. I was going to say to walk, but that is the same meaning. Same thing.
Tricky line to walk.
You could tread a line.
You got it. Thank you. I feel like you always do this for me. Where I'm like, "What's the word, Perry?" And she's always there. She's like, "It's this."
You do it right back for me.
Exactly,
and at this
babes.
point in the festival, I do need it.
There
was a follow-up question that I asked in a previous interview that came to mind because we were talking about the limitations that come with making an independent film, but how you can find creative opportunities through those limitations. So can you give me an example of, I guess, a time on this set when there were those boundaries, but you forcing yourself to play within them helped you find something that you wouldn't have been able to without them?
I think obviously there was just, we wanted to do so much on location, right? And I think that it's what you... when you're, especially in London, that can be very tricky depending on where you're filming. But we were blessed enough to be able to shoot in the Natural History Museum, which is like a really tough thing to get. And I think that what that meant for us in terms of the schedule and how crazy it was and how we did, I don't know how many moves that we did, but it was like some crazy number, like 40 something or whatever during the, I don't know. Yaniv said something at the premiere, but it could have been, I could be like talking out my ass here, but like it was something like that. It was some crazy number. So obviously that's like a lot, but from that, what you gain is the, just there's nothing like being on location, and you can feel the difference, and it does make a difference to one's, I guess, ability to kind of just drop into the energy of where you're supposed to be, you know. So I guess that that's something that comes to mind.
I totally get that. I didn't want to skip my other tone question. It was something, I think he said this in his director's statement, and it really jumped out at me. He wanted to make something that visualized the magic of childhood wonder through the lens of adult emotion. And
that's a good one. That's a good soundbite.
My question for that is how. I don't know if you considered it that exact way when you were working on set, but like, what is the key to being able to do both? Because that feels like a magical combination that I think more people need in their lives, maybe right now more than ever.
I mean, I think that obviously is a director's question in terms of how one executes that. But I think from a acting perspective, it's the same thing as any other situation, which is being open and finding the truth in the moment and always trying to be truthful. And that might sound like a bit of a cop-out answer, but it truly is that, because then you have you're trusting all the things around you to funnel that through the visual language. And then I think that and the dialogue itself, right, and whoever's writing it, it's the combination of you as an actor turning up and being as present as you can be, and then it, as I said, it kind of goes through all of these channels to then feel like something that is childlike and has some sort of nostalgia to it, or something that feels more stylized, and then the combination of those two things is hopefully what gives people both the emotional connection and also visually something that connects them back to childhood.
I feel like it's really difficult to capture that kind of like childlike wonder feel in a way that doesn't feel disingenuous. But you're right, it's tricky. And actually, no, you're right.
Enough. Listen, sometimes Perry, sometimes I was like, I don't know. Am I pitching this right? You're right. And it's not always, you don't always feel like you have a handle on it. You know, it's like I'm sure there were days where I was like, what am I doing? You know, it's not, you don't always feel so sure, you know? But I guess that's the trust of the people around you. And I think, specifically with this dialogue, I was trying to figure out a way where it's like, it's slightly left of reality. It's not naturalistic. But I do think there is movies of old and performances that have that. And so I guess I was probably trying to have some connective tissue to those things in my mind.
I have to wind down with you soon.
Yeah, of course.
I love how I'm like trying to list which questions in my head I want to prioritize.
Go for it.
I'm going to go with 3 things.
Go for it.
First one, because I didn't even mention that you're also a producer on this movie. And correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the first producing credit you have on a feature film that's hitting screens.
Yes.
Because we talked about your production company a little last time. I just wanted to ask first a general producing question. What is something that a producer has done for you in the past that you appreciated as an actor and now strive to bring to your sets? But in true Perry fashion, a complicated 2-parter. What is something you wished more producers did for you that now you strive to bring to your actors?
How much time do we have? Babes, we can have an
I would keep you here all day if I could.
About that one. I've worked with some amazing producers. So I'd say the first part of the question is it's really just it's in terms of when I've felt a producer doing a fantastic job, it's when they are taking care of everything else as opposed to just like trying to, are you okay? It's like, I'm fine. I just need, maybe there's things that you need. It's just someone that is truly looking out for you and what is going to protect your performance in this crazy ecosystem of making a movie, and also the crew, and really understanding like the crew is it, man. Like, we are in this together. Like, me and with any movie that I make, it's all, and this crew was incredible. Like, that is your movie is your crew. Yeah, yes, of course it's your actors and it's but like, that is so key to a well functioning family, right? So that, and then and just being there for and really being able to communicate and ask those hard questions to actors. So I guess that's what I would hope to do, is feel like I was someone who someone could come to, I guess, if they have an issue, and at least know where to direct that to, or how to help solve if there's an issue. I don't know if that really answered your question.
No, it's vital. I
think I went a bit funky dunky, but yeah.
I mean, there's no doubt in my mind I'm going to see you many a times, and there's probably a million answers to that particular.
Yes.
And I look forward to hearing about how you discover even more answers to that question the more you produce.
And also, Perry, like, there's so many different ways to be a producer, you know, like there's so many different versions of even that job, and I'm sure that will evolve and need different things at different times.
Without a doubt. Okay, so that was point one. Yes. My second thing I want, so this is more, I want your reaction to this, because I swear this is something that has not only come out of my mouth very recently quite a few times, but I've heard other people echo this particular sentiment. You deserved an Academy Award nomination for your performance in Smile 2.
I don't know what to say. That is very kind. I don't know. Nah, man, like, the thing is, the peeps, this movie's for y'all. People love the movie. That's all I care about. Like, at the end of the day, man, like, this thing, I get to make a movie where, like, I'm just so, I don't know what to say.
I just hope
that's very kind.
I feel like it's probably obvious that I thought you deserved that, but there were other people recently that brought it up, and I'm like, I say that like privately on my like public YouTube award season prognostication shows, but like a couple other people said that to me recently, and I'm like, you got the right idea. That's
you just love me. That's she's just biased, guys. She just loves it. We just love each other.
Everybody out there knows that I speak the truth, and you deserved it. So
you're hilarious.
Last order of business. It's a fun thing.
Oh my gosh. Ooh,
during all of my interviews at TIFF this year, we are passing notes. So we're passing notes from one movie to the next movie. So your note came from the team behind the movie The Napa Boys.
Okay.
So it's like, think like passing notes in school, and we've had a variety of things like daring people to do things, congratulating them on their films, anything. Okay. They wrote you a Jeopardy style question. So this is yours.
Answer: kiss. What is the question?
So they want you to come up with a question where the answer is kiss.
A question where these are the sort of things I'm so bad at. And like, I literally watch other people do interviews and they can think of things so quickly. And I'm not that person. I don't know what it is. What is the question? Okay, so kiss. What is this song that the melody goes to? No, what is the end lyric of this song? I just want your extra time and your ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding.
A+.
Sorry, someone's just called. I think my phone's ringing. No.
The amount of songs.
That was actually,
it was great. The amount of songs that have come out of this game delight me. You get to be the very last person, because I only have one more interview left. You're the last person to pass a note. You already know who you're passing it to.
It's my girl.
Yeah.
My friend Lily.
Yeah.
Oh. No, I can't say that. I'm going to think about it, and then I'm going to give it back to Perry.
I'll take that. And in the meantime, I'm going to say huge congratulations on Eternal Return.
I appreciate it.
I'm here to cover and celebrate everything, because seriously, you deliver big. I have a refreshing experience every single time that stimulates me up here, and I can't ask for anything more. Congratulations.
I love you, Perry. You're the best.